Hi guys, Dr. G here with day 29 of Checkups with Dr. G. And thank you guys for being on this journey with me. Today we are continuing the conversation about childhood or children's mental health and emotional health. So yesterday I talked about depression and anxiety in children, and today I just want to talk about trauma and the impact that it has on children. So there's been some research done about a particular group of events called ACEs, and it's adverse childhood events. And it's basically traumatic experiences that a kid has. And those are including but not limited to physical abuse, sexual abuse, having a person in the home incarcerated, the divorce or separation of parents, witnessing domestic violence, and there are many more. Now, the thing with ACEs is that as children are exposed to these traumatic events, it predisposes them or sets them up to have chronic illnesses later in life. Some of those illnesses we talked about, hypertension or high blood pressure, diabetes. You can increase their risk of cancer, increase their risk of kidney disease. Anxiety and depression are also increased as children experience these types of trauma. And so when we are dealing with children, we want to make sure, again, like I talked about yesterday, paying attention to the signs, looking out for those signs of depression and anxiety, looking out for any withdrawal symptoms. If you're not around them when the event happens, and they may be around someone else, it's important to pay attention to signs that the child is experiencing some depression or anxiety, or if they are coming to you to talk to you, you want to be sure that you are creating a safe space for them to be able to share with you what it is they're feeling, what they're going through, or what they have experienced. One of the things that I touched on yesterday that you can look out for as far as a child that may have experienced trauma is that that child is more than likely going to be protective of other people, especially younger children. And it's because they felt unprotected in some portion of their life. Now, that's not always the case, but it can be the case that the child felt unprotected in some area in their life, and now they have made it their purpose to try to be protective of other people. And you might see these as the kids that are the heroes for other people. If somebody is getting bullied, they're ready to jump in and protect them. So, be on the lookout for those types of things as well. But again, like, you want to create a safe space for children to be able to talk to you and to share with you these things that they are going through, that they are seeing, because they have a lot more access to seeing these abusive episodes. They have a lot more access to seeing trauma and seeing the things that are happening in the world with the internet and social media. They are getting a lot more exposure than, we did when we were younger. So you want to be paying attention to what they're watching, making sure you're talking to them, creating a safe space for them to be able to share with you what they're going through or what they've experienced. And it's important to remember, guys, that children are novices at life. They are not experts at life. So what we teach them is what they learn and what they become or what they model after. So if we are modeling behavior, whereas we are going to counseling, we are talking, we are open and honest, we make it a safe space for them to be able to share, then we are setting them up to be mentally and emotionally healthy. If we are teaching them to shut down, to be quiet, to not talk, to, just being very dismissive of them in general. And I'm not talking about, when they get in trouble for, doing whatever. But I'm just saying being dismissive of them. I know when I was growing up, we had the term children are to be seen and not heard. And there were a lot of things in, past generations that went unnoticed or untalked about that have created health issues in a lot of older people even now. So some of us that are dealing with hypertension or diabetes or kidney disease or cancer, even now, the process started via trauma that we had or we witnessed as children, that we were not allowed to discuss or properly heal from or deal with. There was no counseling for us. And so those stresses turned into toxic environments in our body, and created space for disease to occur. So we want to make sure that we are creating safe environments for children to talk. And if we can't feel like we can't be that, or we are unable to fully understand them, then again, I can't stress enough how important counseling is, even in children. There are things that children are seeing and experiencing today that we wouldn't have even thought of when we were kids. So it's important that we are making sure that we are paying attention to the signs. Again, looking out for things like anxiety and depression, looking out for signs of bullying. And again, guys, just making sure that we are making space for them to be able to share those things that they are dealing with and going through on a day-to-day basis, even if it's something that we don't quite understand. So again, guys, this is just a brief discussion, finishing out the topic about children and mental and emotional health. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them below on this video, or you can direct message me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at wholeyou with Dr. G. wholeyou with G. You can email me at wholeyouwithg@gmail.com or Dr. G at wholeyou with Dr. G at wholeyouwithdrg.com. Or you can send me a message on my YouTube page and watch any of these videos over the past 29 days on my YouTube page, which is Whole You with Dr. G. And I will be back tomorrow with our final day, day 30 of Checkups with Dr. G. I hope you guys have an amazing night.